Hi Flosstube! Welcome back to Coco the Creative. I'm Coco and this is Flosstube number 5. So today, I have my notes in front of me as always. So today I am drinking, what is this? Lemon ginger green tea. Yeah. Mm. In this little ceramic set, it has another piece. So I'm pouring my tea out of here and I only pour, is it the same design on that side? I only pour this, like my kind of herbal and green teas and my loose teas, from this little pot. But that little pot set, a friend brought it back for me from China, and it was a long time ago, but it's a very special set to me, and I just love these little ceramic glasses. They're really good quality. And yeah, I've just had it for a long time. That's what I'm drinking. I do have a couple of corrections from the last video. So I think I said that my samplers are stitched 2/1. That is incorrect. They are both stitched 2/2. So yeah, both my samplers are stitched 2/2. Okay, so for the agenda today, I have some new haul, and one of them is a pattern, and I'll save that for the very end, because I kind of want to like ramble about it, and I don't want that bleeding into the talk about my progress on my other stitches. But I will talk about the other things that I've gotten, and then I'll go into my progress, and yeah, and I'll talk about my last little bit of haul. So I got some new fabrics from Lumi Stitch over on Etsy. They're all either 14 or 16 count Aida. This one is called Summer. It's like green tie-dye. Also, my window makes things appear a lot darker than they actually are. So sorry, everything's just a little bit darker. But yeah, that's Summer. This is Lagoon. I really like this one. And Summer was 16 count. This is 14 count. And these are all like, it says 18.5 by 14 inches approximately. So they're all the same size. I really like this one. This one is my favorite one. It is Seafoam. And this one is another 14 count. And I think this one is a 16 count. This one is really pretty. Oh my goodness. It's called Sunset. But yeah, isn't that pretty? So I do have kind of an idea of what I'm going to use these for. As you know, I kind of got like a little trio of Titus, kind of pixel Titus designs from Needleminder Lair. And Titus is a character from Final Fantasy X. If you haven't watched my past videos, I talk a little bit about it. It's like one of my favorite games. I'm kind of in the process of replaying it right now. But there's a bunch of other characters that I also want to stitch, and one of them is Yuna. And I think she would go really pretty on this. And also maybe even Riku too. I think they both look really pretty on that. And then I was thinking Waka, because I love Waka too, would go really good on this one, Lagoon. And I don't know, I'm not sure. I might put Titus on one of these, because this color kind of reminds me of when he washes up on Besaid Island, which if anybody knows that wallpaper, that like it's the cover of the like original game. I've had that desktop wallpaper. It's my desktop wallpaper right now, but I've had that desktop wallpaper for like so long, and use it on and off over the years, but it kind of reminds me of the same kind of color palette. So I might put one of my Tituses on here, like the one that I like the best. I'm not sure yet. And then I don't really know what I'm going to use this one for. I don't think I'm going to use it for the Final Fantasy stitches. I have this other Box and Fox pattern in my stash called Strawberry Frogs, and I might use it on this. I don't know. Sometimes you just got to have fabric laying around that you don't really know what it's for, but it's nice to just like, if you want to do a new start, you just have some fabric laying around. So yeah, those are my new fabrics. I also, excuse me, I also got some new floss. So one second. I got some new floss. I was inspired by the Knitting Nurse. She has a YouTube channel. She's really cool. So yeah, as implied by her handle, she mostly knits, but she also does cross stitch, and she saves like her cross stitch talk for the second half of her videos. And I'm still catching up on all of her videos, but she has kind of like inspired me to try out some other things like hand-dyed silk floss and something else. The last piece I will talk to you about, kind of I got my idea from the Knitting Nurse. You should check out her channel, by the way. Yeah, she's really cool. But yeah, I got this from Dying for Cross Stitch, and it's kind of like one of those kid in a candy store situations. Like, they have so many cool dyed floss, and I think they do fabrics as well. So I had to really kind of like put my, I mean, and they're pretty good. They're priced, I think, pretty reasonably. But I got this. This is called Hoppy Easter, and I'm not using it for anything Eastery. I just thought it was really pretty. It was just the one that spoke to me the most, and I ended up getting two because I think I heard in a few of Knitting Nurse's videos that Dying for Cross Stitch doesn't like repeat their like dyeing patterns, so, or colors combinations, whatever. So if you know, whatever you see is like, that's just going to be there for until it's all gone, and then they're not doing that one again. So yeah, I got two to just kind of last me, you know, for a while. And I thought it would be really cool to just do like a very simple but very kind of elegant sampler with this color. And yeah, that's what I did. So I'm going to go into my next haul is kind of also my new start. And the reason why I did a new start for this is because I wanted to have at least one more sampler for Sampler September that wasn't on a high count linen. So I decided to go with an 18 count Aida. Oh, and I got a new project bag. This just came in the mail yesterday. It's from Garden Grove Stitchery, which I apologize. I have not been saying where my project bags are coming from, and the names are right there on the bag. So I don't know what's wrong with me. This is Garden Grove Stitchery. I had to get this. First of all, I love different types of cuisine, and and yeah, I love sushi. And right now I can't really eat a lot of sushi. I'll tell you guys maybe later in a life update why, but I just thought this was so cute. Had to get it. And I ended up getting the little pouch that came with it. So yeah, Garden Grove Stitchery on Etsy. They have really awesome project bags. There's another one on there that I wanted, but I am trying to not get more project bags than I need. But yeah, irresistible. So yeah, my new project is in here. So I ended up just kind of like, it's so easy to kit up monochrome or monochromatic samplers. Yeah, I just kind of kitted up a little bit of the floss to go with this sampler. So this is just called Floral Sampler. It's from Daily Pattern Post. I finally remembered their names. It's Daily Pattern Post. I could never remember that last part. And yeah, it's just like your basic like folk style like flowers in a vase, and there's a border around it, but the border is very far away from the flowers. So I got this 18 count fabric from Volcano Stitchery, I believe it's called, in order to so the counting wouldn't be so stressful because like this is where I'm starting the flower, and the border is like all the way up here. So the border is like really far away from the centerpiece. And I just wanted to be able to count without getting stressed out and like being afraid that it's gonna be off and stuff. And I wanted to have at least one sampler that wasn't on a high count linen for the same reasons. And I also got this little cute needle minder from, sorry, this needle minder from 123 Stitch. It's a dolphin, and they've got like lilies in their hair, and dolphins don't really have, oh, you know what? It says dolphin, but it has scales on it. I'm gonna say it's a dolphin. We're gonna ignore the scales because it says dolphin. It said dolphin on the description when I got it. But yeah, it's super cute, and it goes with my whole vibe because I love dolphins and marine life. Okay, and I know this does not look very, like it looks like it's hard to see. It is much easier to see in person, like the actual design. Okay, that's better. That's a little bit better. Like you can see a little bit better there. I was worried because I thought that this fabric was going to be darker because it showed up way darker than this in the description. So I was kind of freaking out when it came in the mail and it was this faded, but I was like, no, I really wanted to stitch my silk floss on this pattern. And so I just started doing it, and I'm just going to keep going. But I can see it fine now that I've got some stitches in it, but I know that it shows up extremely light on camera. But I still kind of wanted it to be a little just kind of different than anything else I've stitched before. And I can see this going in a lot of different places because it's just going to be a very simple floral sampler. So it's just one of those pieces that when I'm done, I think I'm going to have a lot of places to put it. So yeah. And I think I really do enjoy doing samplers on 18 count Aida. So I think I'm going to do that again in the future. I kind of like it. So yeah, though that's enough haul for now. So we're going to get into the rest of the progress that I'm making. I'm going to take a quick tea break. Okay. All right. My turtles. I'm going to try to reintroduce where I got these project bags from. So this is from the 805 Stitcher off of Etsy. Yeah. Whales. You gotta love the whales. Okay. I've made a lot of progress on the turtles. So, oh, and I got a new needle minder from Etsy. I think this is also from Needle Minder Layer. Yeah, this is a cat in a teacup. And it came in a pack of 3, so I have 3 cats in teacups. And let's see, I finished this turtle in the middle. I'm so happy he's done. And I'm working on like the big central turtle. And you can already, I haven't even gotten that far into it, but you could already tell how the design is going to look on the shell, which is like, this is a very rewarding sampler. Like, I don't have to stitch for very long before I start seeing really cool stuff. And that's what I like about the pieces that I select, because I like to be able to see cool stuff after a few sessions. I don't like to wait a month before I see something interesting that I've worked on. So yeah, this is once again, it's called the Turtle Quaker from Owl Forest Embroidery. And I got the pattern off of Etsy, and then I just follow the DMC. But they also have their own variegated floss. I like a lot of Owl Forest's variegated pieces, but I wasn't crazy about the variegated floss that was used in this piece. So I went with DMCs, and I actually really like how the DMCs look better. So, yep, those are my turtles. Oh, and I don't know if you noticed, but I got some Nurge hoops. Yeah, I've been shopping. Got some Nurge hoops, and it holds this so much better than the wooden ring that I had it on. It was just like slipping through constantly. So this holds the linen in place much better. Okay, I'm really excited to get a lot of project progress made on that during September. So excited. Oh, and I forgot to show you guys this one. This is my other sampler, Tea Time by, well, it's sold by Daily Pattern Post on Etsy, but the artist, her name is Juliana Biliak, I believe. Yeah, so I've made some progress on this one. This is fast becoming my morning stitch. After I've done my journaling and planning out for the morning, and I've gotten the kids breakfast and set up for camp or school or whatever they're doing, I just watch whatever little YouTube updates I need to watch, little news and stuff, and do my little morning stitch and try to get like at least half a cell, maybe a whole cell done if I can. But yeah, I'm just taking my time with that one. No rush. It will get work done during Sampler September, but I don't know if I'm going to go that much faster than I'm already going, because I can tell it's going to be a long-term piece. So yeah. Who's next? Titus. I have made some really good progress on Titus. Okay, so this is my Galaxy Donut project bag, and it doesn't have the artist on there, but I did get it off of Etsy. So yeah, my daughter loves this project bag. I think I've said that before. But yeah, she loves it. Okay, so this is Titus. Oh my goodness. It looks really good from far away. Oh, I'm so excited. I thought he was going to look creepy because I started from the head and I'm working my way down. I thought him being a floating head would be really creepy, but it's actually not. I guess because his shoulders are so close to his neck that he wasn't a floating head for very long before I started getting into his shoulders and stuff. So I've made a lot of progress on him. I finally finished his hair, which it was a little stressful doing his hair because there's like 3 different yellows that are very close together. They're confetti-ified together in the pattern. And yeah, there's a lot of, yeah, they're all, I was trying to make sure that I didn't mess that up, but I got through his hair, and this has just been a very pleasant stitch. I'm working to his shoulders. I've got some of his hand done because he's reaching out a hand to like pop the bubbles, and I put a little bit of white in the bubbles, and I need to add one more color to the bubbles. Yeah, very enjoyable, very fun, easy stitch. I can't wait to just steadily work on my other Final Fantasy X characters. I listen to the Final Fantasy X soundtrack or like remixes, like piano remixes on YouTube while I'm stitching this, and it's very, very, very satisfying. So yeah, and this is a pretty big piece of fabric, so I'm probably going to put either Final Fantasy characters or other Titus, little Titus motifs on here. So yeah, he looks really good from far away. I'm so excited. Gotta have a small stitch. You gotta have like just a small fun stitch to break up the really intense projects. Okay. I think you know what time it is. I'm going to put this extra stuff back, and then I'm going to pull out my underwater tapestry. Okay. I have made a decent amount of progress on this. I'm actually going to start from the top. So I do have a needle in here, so I'm going to be careful. Okay, so I've got some progress done on the tree, and I've been dumping like the sections that have some color blocking. Whenever I work on the confetti and the coral, and I have a lot of thread left over from the confetti sections that I know has big block sections up here, I just dump it up here. So I dumped some right there. I dumped some right there. So yeah, we are making progress on that tree. And this is a Joy Autumn piece from AliExpress. Joy Autumn has a bunch of different pieces like this, and I have about 5 or 6 in my stash. And one day I'll do like a stash show and tell, a stash video. I'll show you guys all my Joy Autumns, but this is my favorite one because it's ocean, marine, all that stuff. Okay, so I've actually got a lot of the coral done. So I think last time I showed you guys this, I was like here because I had finished the shark. I was like around here, and I've moved all the way out to like here. And this is like the bottom of a giant clam in which one of the mermaids is sitting inside of. And I didn't realize that until I really looked at it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I made it to the clam. I finally made it to the clam because I was just in this, you know, coral craziness for such a long time. I thought I was never going to get to the clam. And now I'm here. So I'm like inside the clam, like, look. So I'm super excited about that. And once again, I'm always like pleased when things are revealed on these stamped crosses, because you think you can see all of the motifs and stuff, but stuff just surprises you. Okay. I do not have to fold this perfectly right now. I just have to get it off my lap. Okay. All right. So the last thing that I want to talk about is my new pattern that I downloaded from Heaven and Earth Designs, and I'm super excited about it. I don't think I'm going for a timeline wise. I really don't know when I'm going to start this project. I feel like I have enough WIPs right now to keep me busy, and I kind of don't want to have too much to set to the side in September when I'm working on my samplers. So I think I might just wait. I don't know. I think it's just going to be one of these things where it's like, I'll probably order the stuff, the rest of the stuff, like because I have the fabric that I want, and I have all the DMCs like saved on 123 Stitch, and I might just order those when I get back from, we're going on a trip this week, this following week. So I might just order those when I get back, so I'll be home to receive them. But I don't really know when I'm going to start this piece. So yeah, once again, I was inspired by the Knitting Nurse. They've got like this mini Heaven and Earth design, which I didn't even know Heaven and Earth did minis. I was always really, I'll be honest, I am a little overwhelmed by the size of Heaven and Earth design pieces and by the art, because the art generally tends to be kind of like high contrast, lots of detail. It's just very overwhelming for me, because even though I like to work on colorful pieces, I do like there to be a level of simplicity and straightforwardness to the subjects that I stitch. But I was just like, you know what? I still want to like browse the website and see if there's anything on there that speaks to me personally. And I was looking through Josephine Wall's stuff, because that is who the Knitting Nurse takes a lot of art from the Haid website. And Josephine Wall has like a Zodiac series, and I was like, oh, let's see if they have Aquarius, because I'm an Aquarius. And I sometimes when there's like zodiac sets, they're they don't include Aquarius. Like they don't have the whole zodiac on there. Well, I was really happy to find an Aquarius piece, and I'll insert a picture now. And it has everything that I like. It has the colors, all the colors are in that cool spectrum, and it has uh I think a good balance of water and air imagery, because even though the Aquarius sign is a water bearer, and it's usually like a vase, water coming out of a vase, it is an air sign. It's not a water sign. I think a lot of people get confused. So there's air imagery in this piece because the flight that the geese are on, and the water bearer herself has like clouds for hair. And it would be really cool if she was a person of color, but the fact that she has textured hair is the next best thing. So I was just like, I have to get this. And then what I also liked about the water bearer is that she looks older. Like she looks like she could be in her 40s. She's not like that, just doesn't have that just kind of like ethereal doll look. Like very young. Like I like that she looked a little bit more mature and wise, and I feel like it kind of aligns more like where I am in my life right now, because yeah, and makes me more comfortable like stitching, because I don't really like to stitch people. I don't like to stitch like realistic stuff um if I can help it. But I feel like this is got a nice balance of all of the things that I really like. And to top it all off, there's orchids. There's orchids in her hair. There's this giant, James, like giant beanstalk orchid. Because if you compare it to like the mountains and the water, it just is too big to, no, it's this huge orchid beanstalk that's in there. I love orchids. Like I grow orchids. I love orchids. And I don't see orchids incorporated into pieces like that very often. So I had to get this, even though it's going to be very, it's going to be a lot of confetti and very slow stitching. I think that I will really enjoy working on this. I just have a feeling that I'm going to really enjoy this. So yeah, I got the pattern, and I'll wait until later to order the rest of the stuff. I am going to, the recommended fabric is 25 count. I am going to get like charted fabric to just ease my way into it a little bit better. And I think I'm going to do like two strands, and I'm going to do tent stitch. I'm going to try that out because everybody says that tent stitch makes things go faster, and I'm not doing tent stitch on any of my other projects. Like none of my projects I think really call for that. So this will be my first like really super detailed project. So I'm actually really excited. I think it'll be a nice challenge for me, and I think I will really enjoy just like making my way to the final product, because it just has all that stuff that I think like resonates with me as an Aquarius. Yeah, so that's all I have for you today, and I will film again, I guess, when I get back. Um, but yeah, thank you for, if you made it to all the way to the end of the video, thank you so much. I would appreciate it if you left a like and if you subscribed, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.